Hello and welcome to Waterfall Hike. Hey, that's a beautiful waterfall, by the way. Good job hiking there. Anyway, this is an on-your-own problem, so you should have solved the entire problem, and now you have your paper in front of you, and you're watching the video to correct your work and make sure you did a good job. And if you make a mistake, no worries, my friend. The fastest way to learn is to correct your own mistakes, find them, fix them, correct them, and you'll learn real quickly that way. Hey, you love to hike. You came across this majestic view on one of your hikes. The waterfall is 28.8 miles. Let's just go ahead and write that down. 28.8 miles from the trailhead where your parents parked the car, right? You walked 0.8 miles every hour. I'm going to write that down. 0.8 miles every hour. And you want to know how many hours did it take you to get to these falls right here where your feet are right now. Hey, be careful. Don't slip over the edge there. Anyway, so your little hint is how many 0.8s are in 28.8. So the first thing I like to do is go ahead and write this as a division problem. So you would write 28.8 divided by 0.8, right? Now that's equal to, I like to write it as a fraction, right? Because fractions can also be thought of as division. So 28.8 divided by 0.8. Now the reason I do this is because from here I can multiply by the giant 1. Now, the giant 1 means anything I multiply by 1 gives me that same exact number, in this case as a fraction, but it will change the way it looks. And in this case, I'm going to multiply this by 10 over 10 because I want to, actually this is the one I'm concerned with. I want to change this 0.8 into a whole number of 8, right? So instead of being a decimal, it'll be a whole number. So I'm going to multiply, let me just enlarge this so it's easier to write my tens. And I'm going to write 10 over 10, which is really the same as 1, right? And that's going to give me a new fraction. This is going to turn into 288 divided by 8, right? Or 288 over 8, or 288 eighths, right? So now the next thing I want to do is write my counting by the numbers, which, look here, I did it right there. 8, 16, 24, 32, 40, 48, 56, 64, 72, and 80. I'm going to bring this down just a little closer so it's easier to work with. And now the next thing I want to do is go ahead and add my area box. So I'm going to plug one in right here. I'm going to make it plenty big so that I have room for any decimals that come along the way, right? So now my dividend goes in the center. And that is, I'm going to just take it from this one here, the 288, right? 288. And my divisor, which I'm going to grab from here, is the 8, is going to go right out here, right outside it. Now, let's go ahead and talk about if it was a decimal, right? Because originally we had a decimal there and a decimal here. And what we did, and I tell my kids when I'm in class teaching, I go do a loopy-doop. And the reason I use the word loopy-doop is it's just silly enough that you'll remember it. And that's all you got to do is remember it. Now, this loopy-doop here is really like multiplying by the giant 1 of 10 over 10 because 0.8 multiplied by 10 just moves that decimal place over one spot. And 28.8 times 10 moves that decimal place over one spot so that we get 288 divided by 8. And that's what we're really looking for, right? So next thing I'm going to do is go, okay, how many times can 8 fit into 2? And it really can't, right? So, but can it go into 28? And you bet it can. So I'm going to try and get the 28 alone, and I'm going to do that by multiplying up here by 0, right? And anything times 0 will give me 0 down here, right? So 0 times 8 gives me 0 in this column right here, the ones column. And so now I'm looking at just the 28, and I can come up here and go 8 16, 24, 32 is too big, so I'm going to come back here to 24. That means I'm going to multiply by 1, 2, 3. So I'm going to plug a 3 in right here, and that will give me my 3 right there. And then 3 times 8 gives me 24. So I'm going to drop a 24 right there. So 24. And I'm going to subtract that. Now the first thing I always like to do is check for any trouble coming. I got no trouble coming here because I can do 8 minus 0. No trouble here and none there. So I am good to go. I'm going to add my next area box. And I'm going to plug that in. It's probably bigger than I would ever need for this problem. But I would like to have plenty of room to work. So 8 minus 0 is going to give me 8 right there. And 8 minus 4 will give me 4 right here. And 2 minus 2 is 0, so I don't have to do anything with that. So now I'm looking at the 8, and it cannot go into 4, but it can go into 48, which is right in this ones column here, right? So now I'm going to come back up here again and look for 48, right? And I got 8, 16, 24, 32, 40, 48. Bam! That works exactly correctly, right? So I'm going to multiply by 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So I'm going to plug a 6 right here. And I get my 6 right there. And then 6 times 8, I already know, is 48. So I'll plug my 48 right there. And that is going to zero out, right? Which is fantastic. So now let me move all this stuff. Whoa, I didn't want to do that. I wanted to do this. Let me move all that stuff. And here we go. All we have to do is draw our line across here and add this stuff up. So let's go ahead and do that. So if I add this up, I'm going to get 0 and 6 is going to give me 6 right here. And then I've got the 3 and nothing, which will give me 3 right here. And 36, my friends, is your answer. But let's go ahead back and think about what that actually means. So you're out on a hike, and let's say that you're parked way over here in your car, and you hike all the way to the waterfalls here, and now you're standing right above the waterfalls, and it is 28.8 miles from your car all the way to the falls here. And you walk, every hour you walk 0.8 miles, right? So how many hours is it going to take you to get there? 36 hours, my friend. That is a long, long time, but hey, look at this. That is a beautiful sight, right? So well worth it, right? So, hey, here's the deal with the math that we've done. If you made a mistake along the way, no worries at all. Simply pause the video, fix your mistake. That is the fastest way to learn. Until next time, I hope you have a fantastic day, and I'll see you soon. And now, on to counting by the numbers. This is a great strategy for anybody who does not have all their multiplication facts memorized. Counting by threes. Ready? Here we go. 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, 18, 21, 24, 27, 30. 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, 18, 21, 24, 27, 30. 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, 18, 21, 24, 27, 30. Counting by fours. Ready? And 4, 8, 12, 16, 20, 24, 28, 32, 36, 40. 4, 8, 12, 16, 20, 24, 28, 32, 36, 40. 4, 8, 12, 16, 20, 24, 28, 32, 36, 40. Counting by sixes. Here we go. 6, 12, 18, 24, 30, 36, 42, 48, 54, 60. 6, 12, 18, 24, 30, 36, 42, 48, 54, 60. 6, 12, 18, 24, 30, 36, 42, 48, 54, 60. Counting by sevens, here we go. 7, 14, 21, 28, 35, 42, 49, 56, 63, 70. 7, 14, 21, 28, 35, 42, 49, 56, 63, 70. 7, 14, 21, 28, 35, 42, 49, 56, 63, 70. And counting by eights, here we go. 8, 16, 24, 32, 40, 48, 56, 64, 72, 80. 8, 16, 24, 32, 40, 48, 56, 64, 72, 80. 8, 16, 24, 32, 40, 48, 56, 64, 72, 80. Counted by nines, here we go. 9, 18, 27, 36, 45, 54, 63, 72, 81, 90. 9, 18, 27, 36, 45, 54, 63, 72, 81, 90. 9, 18, 27, 36, 45, 54, 63, 72, 81, 90.